Hi everyone, welcome to Live Interactive English. This is Karen.
Hello everybody, I'm Shane.
Today we're looking at day 1 of our story called The Skylight Room. And the vocabulary words are typist.
Typist.
I work as a typist for a local law firm.
Rent.
Rent.
We rented a car on our trip to California.
Wow. Modest.
Modest.
He lives in a small, modest home.
Chat.
Chat.
John and I chatted over coffee.
Fasten.
Fasten.
Fasten your seatbelt. The plane is about to take off.
Woo!
So we're talking about a story, right?
Yeah.
And it's called The Skylight Room?
Yes.
Okay.
And who's the main character in this story?
I think she is a typist named Miss Leeson.
Ah, okay. So basically the story goes she needs to rent a room.
And she doesn't have a lot of money.
Right, so she looks at some rooms in an apartment, but she can only afford a
Something
very small, dark apartment at the very top of the apartment building, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, but
So she went searching for the room. Did she find it?
Yeah, so she did find that one. That's all she could afford when she was looking, but she's quite optimistic.
You're positive, right?
Yeah, so she feels that's fine, and everybody really seems to like her, right?
Charming personality.
Okay, so speaking of her room and the skylight in her room.
So there's does that mean there's like a little window?
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
So she can see up to the sky, so they call it a skylight. Right. So she can see something from the skylight. What is it?
Is it a star?
Yes, does the star have a name? Does she give it a name?
She named the star Billy Jackson.
Interesting name.
Don't know why, didn't explain, but the star's name is Billy Jackson.
Okay, so she can see the star, and she even tells the people that she lives with, she says, hey, you should come see it from my room, because my room is very dark, because there's no windows in her room, except for that skylight.
And that's why you can see Billy Jackson nice and bright.
Billy Jackson.
Yeah.
Such a weird name for a star. I love it. All right, let's find out more about Miss Leeson.
Okay.
And Billy Jackson.
Okay, enjoy.
Enjoy.
The Skylight Room. One day, a typist named Miss Leeson came to an apartment building looking for a room to rent. She didn't have much money, so she was shown the cheapest room in the building, which was all the way at the top floor. The room was tiny and dark, except for a skylight in the ceiling. It wasn't luxury, but she was thankful to find something that she could afford on her modest income. The young typist, taking a positive attitude, accepted her new home. "I'll take it," she said, sitting down on the small bed.
Welcome to Live Interactive English Magazine. Today's lesson is called The Skylight Room, Day 1. Hi everyone, my name is Jeff.
And I'm Mike. Now most of us, of course, know what a room is. We have several of them in your typical home or apartment, bedroom, bathroom, dining room. A skylight is one of those cool windows that you would have in the ceiling. It goes through the roof so you can see the sun. You get natural light coming in. So I guess, yeah, an artist might live in a skylight room, right? Helps the light come in. They can
So you're saying
to paint and
a
things.
skylight isn't really a light.
No.
It's a window in the roof or a ceiling of a building or in a room that allows you to see the sky and the light from the sun.
That's right. The sky becomes the light in the room.
So
it's a skylight. Now, don't be confused with the window that you might have in the roof of a car. That's called a sunroof.
Or a moonroof.
Or a moonroof at night. But a skylight is the type of roof. Yeah, you'll find it in the ceiling, through the roof, so that light from outside comes through to the room. So a room with a skylight, I guess, would be a skylight room, but it's not a typical term. Right?
No, I've never heard this particular term before, but hey, I think we now know what a skylight is. And maybe we'll figure out what a skylight room is by reading our story. Anyways, our story begins by saying, one day a typist named Miss Leeson came to an apartment building looking for a room to rent. Now, apparently, Miss Leeson here is a typist. A typist, everyone, is a person who types for a living. It sounds like Miss Leeson probably sits at a typewriter all day long and types for someone else, types out documents for someone who needs those documents. Anyways, we've got an example sentence for you guys. You could say something like, I work as a typist for a local law firm. By the way, the word typist is a noun. Anyways, the word typist isn't the only vocabulary word to be found in that sentence. Next up, we also have the word rent to talk about.
That's right. You can rent a room, as this woman is. You could also maybe rent a car when you're on holiday. If you're renting something, basically it means to pay to use something that is not yours. You're paying to use this thing for a short period of time. Often, you're paying to use something kind of expensive, like a home or a car or something like that. We can use it as a verb, to rent. I am going to rent a car when I go on holiday. Or the money that you pay is also called your rent. We often use this when talking about the money you pay to rent a home or an apartment. I have to pay my rent on the first day of every month, for example. We have another example about using rent as a verb. We rented a car on our trip to California.
There you go.
Good idea. California's big. You can rent a car, drive around anywhere you go. Here, though, this lady rented an apartment, a home, a place to live.
Now, one note. Yes, when you rent a place like an apartment, you pay to use that apartment and to live there.
Yes.
But you pay this money and you never get to own this place. When you rent a car, rent a home, you pay to use it, you pay to live there, so on and so forth, but you never actually own those things. That's what renting something is all about.
That would be called buying.
Yeah, that would be buying, okay? When you buy a house, you pay a mortgage. You don't pay rent anymore. Anyways, let's talk more about Miss Leeson.
Yes.
Apparently, she didn't have much money, so she was shown the cheapest room in the building, which was all the way at the top floor. And get this, the room was tiny and dark, except for a skylight in the ceiling. I think this is the skylight room.
We've met our skylight room. Yeah, so this place was not the best place to live, but it was affordable. She had enough money to pay the rent every month. As it says, it wasn't luxury, but she was thankful to find something that she could afford on her modest income. Yes, basically, it wasn't the fanciest place, it wasn't luxury, but she could afford it on her modest income. We talked about how she didn't have a lot of money. Another sort of more polite way or creative way of saying I don't have a lot of money is saying I have a modest income. Your income is like your salary. It's the money you make from your job.
The money that you make. That's your income. And apparently, Miss Leeson isn't rich. She doesn't have a lot of income, doesn't make a lot of money. So you can say that she has a modest income. She's a humble person with a modest income. She doesn't make that much money. I think we've covered this in a lot of detail. So one more note, the word modest is an adjective, and our example sentence is, he lives in a small, modest home. It's not an extravagant place. It's not super impressive. It's just a normal place for a normal person.
Interesting. When we talk about amounts of money, a modest amount is a small amount. But of course, when you talk about a person, if you say someone is modest, that just means they're not proud. So using it to talk about things or people, you got to be a little careful because the meaning does change. The young typist, we read, taking a positive attitude, accepted her new home. She's realistic. She says, I don't have that much money, so a simple, basic apartment, even on the top floor, is okay. She accepts her new home. I'll take it, she said, sitting down on the small bed. So our young typist, Miss Leeson, has found a home. Not the fanciest, but she seems happy. And we're happy to reach our break. We'll be back after this.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。这次要读的短篇故事是美国短篇小说大师欧亨利 （O. Henry） 的作品，叫做《The Skylight Room》带天窗的房间。好，其中这个 skylight 它是指天窗。那老师提醒我们，汽车的天窗不叫做 skylight， 叫做 sunroof 或者是 moonroof。好，那么故事里面的主角是 Miss Leeson 黎森小姐，她是一位打字员。那有一天，她来到一栋公寓大楼，想要租一个房间。她钱不多，所以被带去看大楼里面最便宜的房间。那个房间是在顶楼，又小又暗。那天花板上面有一个天窗。虽然这间房间它不豪华，可是她自己很感恩。虽然只有微薄收入，竟然还可以找到能负担得起的地方，于是她就决定要租下来了。这边有3个单字 typist， 它是指打字员。那我们顺便学一下打字机的英文是 typewriter。好，下一个单字 rent Rent 可以当动词或当名词，当动词表示租、租用，当名词就表示租金。好，当我们租房子的时候，当然没有办法拥有房子咯，除非你有付贷款把房子买下来。那么老师们提到 mortgage 就表示房贷或是抵押贷款。再来看单字 modest 它是形容词，形容不多的或是适中的，也可以用来形容朴素的、端庄的。除此之外 modest 还可以用来形容人是谦虚的。那刚刚 Jeff 老师有用到一个比较难的形容词叫做 extravagant， 它的语义跟 modest 比较像是相反的语义。 extravagant 它是形容过度的、奢侈浪费的。接回到课文中。
The Skylight Room. Miss Leeson was very charming, and the other tenants grew quite fond of her. Every night after work, all of the tenants would gather together and sit on the stoop to chat. One such night, Miss Leeson pointed out a star as she looked up to the night sky. She said that every night, when she went to bed and looked through her skylight, she could see it. She called the star Billy Jackson.
Now, Miss Leeson was not a rich person, but apparently she had a lot of personality. People liked, I should say, Miss Leeson quite a bit. Get this, Miss Leeson was very charming, our story continues, and the other tenants in this apartment grew quite fond of her. Yes, they liked her a lot because she had a lot of personality. She was very charming.
There you go. Every night after work, all of the tenants would gather together and sit on the stoop to chat. All right, so they became a little family, a little bunch of friends. Tenants are the people who rent homes in a certain apartment or a certain place. If you're paying rent to a landlord and you're living in a place, you are a tenant. So all the tenants are basically all of the other people who lived in this apartment building with her. They would gather together, they would get together after work. I guess back in the old days, they didn't have, Netflix or YouTube videos to watch, so people would get together, talk, tell stories, chat, things like that. Sit on the stoop. Those would be the steps in front of the apartment building, maybe enjoying the warm weather, and they would chat. Yes, to chat, this verb basically means to talk in a casual, friendly kind of way. It's not a meeting, it's not a serious conversation. It's just, hey, how's it going? What's new? Tell me about your day. That kind of thing. For example, John and I chatted over coffee. Yes, chatted, the past tense of chat.
Yeah, when you chat, by the way, you don't talk about super serious things. You don't talk about how your cat just got cancer or anything like that. You just shoot the breeze, like Mike said. You talk casually with someone to pass the time. Anyways, one such night, all the tenants there, they're sitting on the stoop and they're chatting. On one such night, Miss Leeson pointed out a star as she looked up to the night sky. Then she said that every night, when she went to bed and looked through her skylight, that she could see it. Oh. And apparently she named the star.
Oh, really? What did she name the star? Alpha Centauri?
Polaris?
No. Alpha Proxima?
No, she called the star Billy Jackson.
Billy Jackson.
She gave it a human name. I don't know why.
Wait. Oh, is this like a movie star we're talking about? Like a pop star? Billy Jackson. Pop star.
Perhaps.
Or you're talking about a real star. Like a sun far away in space.
We'll find out after the break, maybe when we read on. And who knows, maybe there's actually a person named Billy Jackson, a star who's hovering over her skylight every night while she sleeps.
Antares, Deneb, Beetlejuice,
and then the dude
Billy Jackson.
I don't think that's the case, but like I said before, we'll probably get some clarity on this issue right after we take a break.
黎森小姐很迷人，那其他租房子的房客也都蛮喜欢她的。每天晚上下班之后，所有的房客都会聚在一起，坐在门廊聊天。这样的气氛很好诶。那某一天晚上，黎森小姐她就抬头看着夜空，指着一颗星星，她告诉其他人，每天晚上她要睡觉的时候，从天窗看出去都可以看到那一颗星星。她还帮这个星星命名，叫做 Billy Jackson。好，我们现在看单字 chat。Chat 在这边当动词表示聊天。刚刚 Jeff 老师有说到 shoot the breeze 这是口语用法，也可以用来指闲聊。至于补充单字 tenant tenant， 它表示租屋的人、承租人。那么 stoop 则是指门廊或是门阶。介华课文中
The skylight room. You ought to see it from my room, said Miss Leeson. At night, my room is like a deep, dark coal mine, and it makes Billy Jackson look like the big diamond pin that Night fastens her kimono with.
Everyone, a famous star, like a movie star named Billy Jackson, does not hover over Miss Leeson's skylight every night.
So it's a real star.
We're talking about an actual star.
But she called it Billy Jackson. I'm okay.
Miss Leeson is charming. She does things like that.
All right,
People like her for that.
But in English, most stars are named after Greek gods or, Latin names. They're not named like after a kid who lives down the street that you knew in high school. Anyways, Miss Leeson apparently really likes this star. Remember, she lives in this cheap apartment on the top of the building. She can see out at night, so the star sort of keeps her company. As she says, "You ought to see it from my room," said Miss Leeson. Remember, she's telling the story to her friends, the tenants who live in the building with her. She likes to see it from her room. At night, my room is like a deep, dark coal mine, and it makes Billy Jackson look like the big diamond pin that Night fastens her kimono with. Wow, Miss Leeson's quite the sort of poet. So she's sort of talking about how the star brings light into her dark room at night, and it shines so brightly through, across the blackness of the night sky that it looks like a diamond hanging in the sky, or a diamond that someone would fasten a kimono with. A kimono, of course, is one of those Japanese robes, and you can tie them closed or you can fasten them closed with a pin, with a diamond that looks like a star named Billy Jackson. It's an interesting idea.
Very interesting. Not unlike the word fasten. It's a verb. A very interesting word. Fasten. Well, not really. It's a pretty simple word, actually. When you fasten something, you can tie that thing securely, or you can join two things together securely, or you can bring things together, like you're closing those things, let's say, securely. When you fasten a kimono, let's say you close that kimono so you can go out in public so that your kimono doesn't fall open or fall off or something like that. Anyways, for example, fasten your seatbelt. The plane is about to take off. Yes, put your seatbelt on. Click it there so you are safe and sound in your seat. Anyways, that's it for day one of our story, but don't go away. We'll be back with more after this.
刚刚说到黎森小姐每天晚上睡前都会从天窗看到一颗星星，她还把这颗星星命名为 Billy Jackson。那她告诉其他房客应该要到她房间来看看那颗星星。她还用非常有诗意的方式来描述 Billy Jackson。她说，在夜晚的时候，她的房间就像是个又深又暗的矿坑，那这反而可以衬托出 Billy Jackson， 让她看起来就像是夜之女神用来别住她的和服的那种大钻石别针。好，文中的 kimono 就是指和服，日本和服。那么 Night 在文中它的字首大写了，那这是因为它被拟人化了。那后面还用阴性的所有格 her 来表达，所以我们可以把它翻译成夜之女神。说到穿着和服的夜之女神，同学们脑海里有没有出现一些日本动漫的人物角色呢？那不管怎么样，我们最后来看单字 fasten 这个动词它表示使什么固定，它也有扣紧细牢的意思。Jeff 老师在解释单字时有提到好几次 securely 这个副词，它表示牢固地、稳固地。好了，那么以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。大家好，我是 Hanny。在今天的课程中，我们要介绍3个文法重点。第一个是 look for 与 find 的比较，第二个是 thankful 的用法，第三个是句型 ought to 加原形动词。首先，我们来比较 look for 以及 find 的用法。Look for 和 find 都有寻找的意思，但是含义有所不同。Look for 表示寻找，用来强调找的过程，并不一定会找到。那么 find 表示找到或是发现，它是用来强调找的结果，确定有找到。例如 Pam is looking for a new job. Pam 正在寻找新工作。Her friend has already found a new job. 她朋友已经找到新工作了。接下来，我们来学习 thankful 的用法。形容词 thankful 表示感谢的、感恩的。要表达感谢什么什么，常见的句型有3种。第一种是 be thankful to 加原形动词。第二个是 be thankful for something。第三个是 be thankful 加上 that 子句。那我们就来看3个例句。They were thankful to hear that their son was still alive. 听到儿子还活着，他们觉得很感恩。Diane was thankful for the gift you gave her yesterday. Diane 很感谢你昨天送她的礼物。We're thankful that the rain didn't start until we got home. 我们很感谢在回到家的时候雨才开始下。最后，我们来学习句型ought to 加上原形动词，表示应该要怎么样。那它可以用来表示劝告、建议或者是义务等等。例如 He ought to apologize to the teacher. 他应该要向老师道歉。以上是今天的重点整理，我们下次见喽 ！See you next time. Bye.
欢迎收看就爱讲英文，
我是季安，
我是悠悠。我跟你讲，团购，你要不要一起团购？全办公室只有你还没有团购，我跟你讲很重要。
真的假的？全办公室只剩我。
我跟你讲，
所以你是主揪吗？
当然，我是团购达人呢，好康爆红，你们爆火力仔。今天要跟大家分享一下时下最风靡的团购相关英语。
团购是吧？
对，
团购呢 ，team buying。Team buying
就是
组团去买的意思，对不对？然后或者是 group buying，group
buying
就归团呢，
归团
就是
对
一团，
所
以一个团体大家一起买这样。
是这样子。
所以团购叫什么 ？Team buying 或者是 group buying。
那我最喜欢揪团，英文怎么说？揪团。
揪团就是有一个人发起，对不对？
没错。
我们一起来买什么？来买巧克力，
来买鱿鱼丝。
对 ，OK， 好的。
对，
看你要买什么都可以了。那开始的话就是 initiate，这是发起某个活动，发起某个组织，这是一个动词啊。所以我们揪团就是 initiate team buying，
发起一个团，
对，或者 initiate group buying 都可以。
对 ，initiate team buying，initiate group buying。
所以我就可以说啦 ，OK，my coworker initiated the team buying at the office this morning.
My coworker initiated the team buying at the office this morning. 我们今天早上在团购。
对。
主揪呢？怎么说呢？
主揪就是发起团购的人哈，用我们刚刚那个 initiate 那个字哈，所以我们就可以说 team buying 或者是 group buying initiator。
这么简单？
对 ，team buying initiator。team
buying initiator。
对。
所以要形容一个人对团购很着迷，就像我。每个礼拜都要购，
不买会
老板知道了，不好意思，
不买不行，对不对 ？OK， 我们用 be crazy about something，这么简单哈，对某件事情很着迷
，crazy
about something，好，所以你可以说 I'm crazy about team buying。I'm
crazy about team buying。
对，为什么嘞？
我跟你讲，身心灵都有好处啊，买的开心，心情开心，对家庭开心，对老公好，对男友好，对小孩好，不是很好
吗？身心灵怎么说？就是 body, mind and soul。所以你可以说 buying 就有点扯哈 ，buying is good for our body, mind and soul。
哎呀，很重要。Buying is good for our body, mind and soul。太太开心，老公就开心。
我们来看一下今天的
live action。Hey Jay.
Yep.
Some colleagues and I are going to do some team buying. Would you be interested in joining us?
Again? Who's initiating the team buying this time?
I am, of course.
Oh, you're really crazy about team buying.
Come on. Buying is good for our body, mind, and soul, you know?
I don't.
Hey.
I don't know.
Hey.
All right, I'll join.